Hi, Idea Pros partners. It's Laura Rubenstein, founder of Transform Today, the digital marketing agency and training organization. I'm super excited to be here because I have a quick training for you, and I'm just going to jump right into it. It's about the 3 steps to building your following. Now, if you're not marketing already, you need to start. Okay, the marketing starts day one, from the day you have your idea. If you're not marketing, your trajectory for success is longer. Okay, so let's start taking those steps up that ladder to building your brand and visibility and momentum in your business. Okay, every brand needs a loyal following. In fact, if you're not standing out in the crowd, you're going to get lost and be invisible. Just like Seth Godin says, in a crowded marketplace, fitting in is actually failure. In a busy marketplace, not standing out is the same as being invisible. So let's talk about, how do you stand out? How do you build your following? And yes, you can do this before you even have a logo. If you have a logo, great. That'll be very helpful. And you need to get that along the way. And in the Marketing Success System, which is my monthly training program, we talk about, how do you develop your brand identity. And with Idea Pros, you get a logo. So this is perfect that you wanted, because it goes way beyond a logo. Okay, once you have your logo, you also have to talk about, what is the philosophy? What are the values? What is the tone of the messaging? What is the mood of the imagery? So we're not talking about that today. What we're going to talk about is the 3 steps to growing a following once you actually have part of some of those parts in place. The first step is to pick your legendary category. Well, if you watch the preview of the Marketing Success System, we talked about how to create legendary brands. And by the way, I'll be sharing the link to that at the end. You will have noticed that that's what we want you to do, is create a legendary brand. And you wouldn't be an Idea Pros partner if you didn't have a legendary idea. So it's because you have this legendary niche or category that you're in business now. But you need to define it, you need to own it, and you need to evangelize it. So how do you do it? You answer these couple of questions in detail. What major challenges does your product solve, or your app solve? And you need to know this intimately. In fact, in the Marketing Success System, I go through a whole process of how to identify the deep needs that are behind, what your product solves, your app solves. And then, what do you want to be known for in the world? What do you want to be world class at? You need to have words around that. You need to have energy and excitement around it. It needs to stand out to be legendary. So once you've got that niche, as we call it, or niche, all right, and that category, then you take what we talked about earlier, your brand identity, even before you have a logo. How do you do that? The first 2 steps is to know your values and to know what your market values, okay? Meaning the people who are going to buy your product. What do they value that your product is alignment with? And the most important thing here is where they overlap, your values and the market. That's your sweet spot, okay? So you have to understand that, where that resonance is, because you do that well, you do that well, and you are going to have a legendary brand. You're going to start building your community online really easily. And if you want an example of a brand that's done this really well, Spanx was started by Sara Blakely. And Sara Blakely was this scrappy, tenacious, uncompromising, she wouldn't be stopped kind of woman. And so that's her values, right? It's like, tell it like it is, have humor, she's honest, she's got determination. That's her values. Her market was all about having their bodies look good, having confidence and comfort in their bodies. And so she wanted to talk about that. So she brought the comfort and confident woman to a real authentic, uncompromising conversation. And she made it fun because that was her brand. She kind of mashed it all up and came up with this brand that was, blew the hosiery industry to bits. Okay. It just turned it on its side, and she created this whole new category called shapewear. Nobody had ever heard of that before. So, and she had bright packaging and funny slogans, and even product names like the Bra Cha Cha. Okay, so you can see where she was going and how she created this identity. Okay, and you need to do that too. And then the third step is, once you've got your legendary category, you've got the identity for it, now you can start living it. Okay, you're going to connect online, and the first step in that is going to be about gathering intel and growing your reputation. Okay, and you know who you are, you know what your market wants. So you're starting to learn what your market wants, actually. If you don't know, this is a great way. Listen, what do I mean by that? Read posts, see what people are engaging, and then determine what is getting the most engagement and why. What's the underlying unmet need there? Then you want to be supportive, resourceful, and positive. So yes, you should be online liking Fred's and Tessa's live streams and supporting people. It's not enough though. It's not just enough to be positive and supportive. You got to put that middle ingredient in there, resourceful. What are the resources you can offer? Okay, that offer some value. Okay, so you might answer questions that people have. You might add to a conversation that people have that showcase what you're passionate about. So if you have a brand that's a game, you might go to family groups and support people in like, hey, have you thought about having game night tonight? Or tonight we're having game night and we're having popcorn as a healthy snack with it, or something like that. You see how you're adding a bit of you to add to the conversation, be supportive. You're not talking about what your game is or what your app is, or, but what is your expertise and what do you want to be known for? See how that can just squeak out in little drips, because then you can do the second part, invite people to a group. Because then they're trusting you because you've been contributing to the conversation. It's very odd to invite people out of the blue randomly without knowing them or them knowing you. So you have to have done the first step, okay? And then you can invite people, and you can even crowdsource your content with them. Meaning, if you have a logo that's coming out, or you have a free download you want to test out, or you don't even know what to do for your download, you can ask in your group for ideas. Or you can ask them to pick a title that they like for it. So you want to be active. You want to have great engaging content. That is step 3. Develop your value by adding value and answering questions. And we talked about that in the last slide, but now you're going to see people asking and answering questions in their groups. In fact, this month, September, our third Tuesday of the month, we do our marketing success training, and we're going to talk about how do you engage in a group? How do you grow the group and get that greater following? Because when you get them in the group, that's your opportunity. You can actually capture their email, capture their phone number, start engaging with them. All right. So those are my 3 steps to creating your following online. And, throughout the whole marketing success system, we take you step by step through this whole marketing, all the essentials you need, because I know most entrepreneurs are not marketers, and they have if you build it, they will come mentality, but that doesn't work. I'm sorry to say, marketing is strategic. You have to know your market really, really well, and their unmet desires and what they're craving. And I will walk you through a process to how you talk to that. How do you message to that? What kind of content do you deliver to position yourself as the solution in the marketplace, as the place that people really want your product, your app. So if you're serious about growing your business and you want the insider strategies to engage masterfully on social media, to put together a marketing plan and get the step-by-step guidance on that and think like a marketer, and then you also want the little known tactics that attract influencers to build your buzz and your business and your brand and your product or your app, then this is for you, because you're going to get access to the monthly training, the 24/7 library, which is the replays and other content in there. I've got bonus content in there for you with experts. We've got the group mentoring calls where you can ask questions. Sometimes I even ask you to send me your homework so I can give you some feedback on that. But mostly it's a, you know, step by step. You can either show up for the live calls, or you can come back and watch it at your own pace. And they're there for you as long as you're a member of the Marketing Success System. Plus, you're going to get my tech stack, my tools, and some of them are even free. The software I use, the assets I have for you, and I have templates. I have a branding style guide for your template. I've got a persona template. I've got a marketing content planner and an editorial planner. And you'll know what these things mean in the right order. So if you're just starting out, I highly recommend that you join me. In fact, don't take my word for it. Take Stephanie. She's one of your partners.
I think honestly, in the beginning, I was ready to shut down because it seemed so overwhelming to have to start marketing when that wasn't even my area. And the breaking it down into those baby steps and just letting me focus on one thing at a time and starting really small. I was looking down the road at some of the things that I would have to do, and I thought, there's no way. I'm so excited that I don't have to do that yet. But it helps so much with each little step to get closer and closer. And then when we got into the branding, and then I started to see, once they sent me my logo, and then I was like, okay, now I can start thinking about, you know, what photos. And when you mentioned the digital photo site, now I'm on there all the time. And now I'm with adding in the graphic design tools and just being able to play with them and then reaching the next step. Now it was you that inspired me to start the group, because I thought, oh, all of a sudden I know what I want to do. And now I know what I can do. In the beginning, when you were asking me, what can you offer people? I'm like, I can't offer them anything. I can teach their kids kindergarten. But the reality is, I kind of started honing in. So I think that's been the biggest thing, is that you've managed to break it down so that for this month, okay, this is what I can focus on. And don't worry about the rest of it right now, because you won't know how to do it until you do this. So I think that's probably, I needed it broken down. And I've got my board up here with everything. So that, I appreciate it so much, because it's really helped me.
So she's on fire now, but she was stuck in the beginning. She didn't know what to do first and a little overwhelmed. So if you can relate to that, that's where I want to help you. I want you,
I think honestly,
you push the go button on your brand. And that's why we have the Marketing Success System. It's only $199 a month. That includes everything I just talked to you about. If you do want to upgrade, there are other packages to get one-on-one consulting with me. Like she was talking about, I helped her specifically create a download for that. We do 45-minute consultations, or you can have a 1-hour consultation. The 45-minute with the monthly access is $399. And the monthly access for a whole hour would be $427. So obviously it's a better deal that way. And because I'm so serious about helping as many Idea Pros partners as I can, and some of you are just ready. You know that you've got to start. If that's you, I have a fast action bonus. For the first 10 partners who sign up by tomorrow for any package, you're going to get an extra 30-minute one-on-one private mentoring session with me, recorded over Zoom, okay, and sent to you, in addition to the whole Marketing Success System. That's an extra $1,500 value, and you can get it at transformtoday.com/MSS. That's also where the replay is, by the way, of the intro to the whole marketing system. So, and by the way, here is a sneak peek at all the things we cover in the Marketing Success System. We've got the Entrepreneurial Success Kit, the Marketer Success Kit. This is all the introductory stuff, how to become a legendary entrepreneur. I have a whole interview there with an expert. Creating your brand identity, benefits matrix. That's my little secret sauce in there. How to create personas, the brand style guide, how to get ROI from your website. That's a bonus with expert Brandy Lawson. Facebook and LinkedIn, how to set that up for strategically. We talk about Instagram marketing, other online, we go through all the online marketing channels, all the traditional media channels. We're going to be having an expert on affiliate marketing and crowdfunding coming in-person marketing, speaking and networking events, referral marketing, influencer marketing, strategic alliances and joint ventures, the buyer's journey. This is really key. because if you don't have a good buyer's journey, you're not going to have sales. And then we'll develop your marketing plan. And these are some of these are coming in future months. Track your activity, analyze the tools, the tech stack, and the templates. So I cannot wait to get you access to this. And so if you're chomping at the bit and you want this whole system, then join me. It's really reasonable. And by the way, if you just buy that $199 and you're one of the 10, you get 30 minutes with me for just that $199 a month. So go to transformtoday.com/MSS, and I will see you in the Marketing Success System. Of course, if you have any questions, I'm here for you. You can reach me at Laura@transformtoday.com. Laura, Laura@transformtoday.com. I really am passionate about it. If you need services, if you're like so ready to launch and you need us to implement for you, we've got packages for you as well. And we can discuss the options. Just email me. Okay. I look forward to working with you. Congratulations on your work so far. Can't wait to be with you.